Hey guys, welcome back. Episode 2 of my Out of the Park Baseball 24 playthrough with the Boston Red Sox. A draft to glory. If you missed episode 1 for whatever reason and you're checking in now with episode 2, welcome to the channel. Leave the video a like, subscribe, comment. I didn't say any of that in video 1, so I guess I'm going to say it in video 2. I'm trying to be back. Again, I don't know that I'm going to be posting something every day, but I'm trying to be back. And part of that is you guys watching, so I appreciate that. Edison Paulino hit 36 home runs in high A ball. Okay. All right, whatever. Anyway, so we're back. It's start of year number 2. We got some coaching stuff to do. We've got some arbitration stuff to do. And that's really all that we need to do prior to the Rule 5, right? So if we go to front office and look at our personnel, we've got some things we need to do. We need a pitching coach in AAA. How's Jerry Bourgeois? He actually looks pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and appoint him as the pitching coach in Worcester. We need an assistant GM. We need a pitching coach in AA. Oliva, where can we move him to? Hitting coach in high A ball. Yeah, these are some of the people that we hired last year. Manager, I don't need a manager anywhere. Okay, so I need pitching coaches and hitting coaches. I do need a manager here, but that's a sideways move. So let's get in and find some available personnel. Let's start with the Portland Sea Dogs pitching coach. Kirkland Rivers, if he'll take and I just want to sign him to 5-year deals. I just want to get these people locked down and then not worrying about it. All right, so the Greenville Drive pitching coach, Narciso Fables. I think we need a pitching coach for Salem as well, so we will do that. And I'm looking kind of at a combination of development, mechanics and how they teach pitching. So Andy Bootwell, yep. Let's offer him up. Hitting coach in A-ball. Corey Richardson, will he take it? He will. Again, we're just going 5 years with everybody. Manager in our A-ball team. Josh Hall, yep, I like that. Excellent, and also has the great development. 5 years there. And we'll end up bumping a lot of these players up to, a lot of these coaches up to other levels as people fall off and stuff. So there's that too. George Fennell, sure, can offer him. Just wanted to get the managers out of the way so that I didn't have to keep bouncing back and forth. So now we'll do the 3 pitching coaches. We've already offered both of those guys. Actually, I don't think we've offered Shackle. I will offer him now. Pitching coach there. Let's find a young guy. Decent. We offered Bootwell already. Yeah, let's go Jared Gaynor. I think we have one more pitching coach we need to offer. We do. DSL. Santiago Garrido. That'll work. So we have offers everywhere there. Now we just need 3 hitting coaches. Have we already offered? We've offered him. We haven't offered him. I think we will, though. I mean, if he's willing to take a rookie ball hitting coach job, I mean, why not, right? Corey Powell is excellent with outstanding development. We got one more, right? Yep. And then we still got to hire an assistant GM, but I'm not too terribly concerned about assistant GMs. We'll find somebody. Tony Perez Chica, the former Major League infielder. We can give him a shot. All right, so that should be offers to everybody, right, except for the assistant GM. So let's look for assistant GMs, and we all know how this goes, right? We look for blue and green, ideally. Either have somebody green all the way across or blue and green. It's kind of how I do it anyway. Although, that being said, it doesn't really matter. I think we have to have somebody who favors prospects because, we're going to all be prospects. So let's, I guess, Zeliak makes as much sense as anything. And then we've got arbitration that we need to deal with. Cutter Crawford wants 1.4. Yeah, and everyone's going to be pissed. So my guess is I probably will just have to. Yeah, everyone's pissed, which is fine. Where is? I can't remember where it is. Where is it? Here, chemistry. Yeah, everybody's pissed because we're losing and I have no leaders. So I need to get. I've got Matthew Lugo, but that's it. Yeah, everyone's furious, and we lack a veteran presence. That won't last for too much longer. We'll be able to use the Rule 5 to pick up some popular people, players or people that will be leaders that'll help that. So I'm not really worried about that right now. Just sort of sim ahead here. We got all of our coaches. You saw the Braves beat the Rangers in the World Series. Not that it matters, but did we pick up? We did try to sign a new scout, right? That was one of the things we did. Yeah. No, I thought we had a new scout. Did somebody outbid us? Yes, 5 years, $970,000. Cesar Santos is who we want as our scout, 100%. And you can see we're already down to $53 million for extensions. I don't know if you saw that, but that's what's going to happen as we continue to be bad. So we're going to have to hopefully be better next month. Oh, and I have to go into, God, I can't remember where it is. I think it's under free agents. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are the players. I got to go to my training page right here. We'll run practice. And when we get to the International Amateur Draft, I will try to trade for some IAFA cap space as well. Okay, so far Santos likes it. All right, so we pick up our new scout, which is good. We pick up our assistant GM and everything else. So our minor league coaches are pretty stacked at the moment. And that's going to be a lot of unproven. Oh, we're missing somebody. We didn't get a pitcher. All right, pitching coach. Coach ratings, teach pitching. Nick Green. Sure. I got to see something. That's not. I know a Nick Green. No, it's not. It can't possibly be him because Nick's not 40. Anyway, sorry. Get sidetracked there. Let's go ahead and keep simming. All right. So he likes our offer. Get to the awards, of which I don't believe we're going to have any. I need to. News from your organization. Nope, not my. That's not what I wanted to do. Your league. That's what I wanted to do. Because I wanted to see who won the awards. All right, so we've signed Nick Green. Jung-Hoo Lee wins Rookie of the Year. National League, David Molina. Free agent signing. Oh, he looks good. Looked like there were some good international guys. Baldelli and Snitker. DeGrom and Woodruff. MVP, Yordan Alvarez, Freddie Freeman. Okay. How close is Freeman to 3K in our world? Where is he? Where did he go? Oh, he's on the Dodgers. That's why. He's about 700 hits shy. All right, that's going to be close. All right, so Houck gets 1.2, Crawford gets 1.86, 1.85, Dalbec gets 1.2. All right, that's fine. All right, free agency that we can't do anything with. Oof, Fidel Villalobos. He looks like a stud. I don't even want to bother looking at the free agents because we can't do anything with it. Just like the real Boston Red Sox, we are, what was the phrase that they used? We are full throttle here in the offseason. No, full throttle here with the Boston Red Sox as we are into year 2. And by full throttle, I mean, where is the Rule 5? Why does my Rule 5 keep getting kicked out? What is going on? Folks, hang on just a minute. All right, sorry about that. Phone call from my boss. I figured it out. I found out what was going on. I came down here to the Rule 5 draft date, and there was no date selected. It was just blank. It said December 13th with no date. So I put it 2024, and now there's the Rule 5. So we're going to go ahead now and quickly sim up to the Rule 5. And yeah, I mean, first couple of years, you guys know how this go. If you've watched my channel before, you've seen me do this. And first couple of years, we are really, really heavy in the Rule 5. We, generally are able to find, especially in the first couple of Rule 5 drafts, we're able to pick out, 5-6 players for our team. So, Edison Paulino has to go on the 40-man for sure. All right, so why is it showing pitching potential? All right, batting potential. What do we got? We got Connor Capel, 27-year-old, hit 292 in AAA a year ago. Joshua Mears is only 23, but he's got some pop in his bat. That might not be a bad selection. Yeah, 65 power. We'll plug him in there first. Desan Brown is an elite outfielder. He's somebody we might take. Yeah, there's going to be some options here. Actually, it doesn't look like there's a lot from a pitching perspective. We'll probably be able to get some relievers. Yeah, you get some extreme ground ball type relievers. I think I will make a run at Hunter Brown, but I think our first pick, honestly, is going to be really okay. Siani at 25, Pache. He can't hit. We all know what we're getting with Christian Pache, right? He can't hit. But as far as defense goes, there's none better. We're going to take Christian Pache with our first pick. Go to our second pick. I think we're going to go right after Siani. Get 2 elite defensive outfielders and try to build our team that way. Okay, Mears went number 2. Brown went there. Okay, so that's not a huge surprise. Would have been nice to pick up Hunter Brown. Would have been nice to pick up Joshua Mears, but focus defensively. We can now stick Siani. He's got a 75, 70. We can stick Pache and Wright, and we just completely build up our defense. So, batting ratings. Will Banfield, another, good defensive player. Jeremiah Jackson, I kind of like. We take Jackson here. And then we'll go to our next pick, and then we'll look at pitchers. Now I know this guy, Joe Wieland. Good dude. Look at those numbers for us a year ago. Only made 3 starts, but he was really, really good. Anyway, I get sidetracked. You guys know how I am. Franklin DaCosta. And I think we'll claim him. I like the 65 movement. Helps the bullpen. He's only 24. Villalobos and double-A ball. Those are decent numbers for a 23-year-old. Yeah, see, like Ian Hamilton he's not necessary, but it's a good pick. See, the extreme ground ball, that 55 stuff, 70 movement is going to play really well. So I think we take Ian Hamilton. Antoine Kelly, a fireballer. I'll take him. Manuel Mejia. Cam Robinson, we'll take him. All right, we're going to have to make some moves to our Rule 40, but that's fine. I mean, who cares? Scroggins, Miller, Padron, Artilis. We will DFA. That gives us 3 more players that we can pick at a minimum. One of them is going to be Cam Robinson. Let's go back to batters. Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody's picking anyone at this point other than me. Yeah, so we're fine. We can just go and take whatever we want and then stop whenever we feel like stopping. So we got one Brito. Yeah, he looks all right. I think Banfield's... Desan Brown is still there. He's only 23. I think we take him. We're going to take Banfield as well. And is that it? Jimenez is mine. We got to... Why is he on the Rule 5? Can I not put him on the 40? Is our 40-man full? It must be full. But no one's going to take him, so it's fine. But Shin Sasaki. All right, well, I think that's it. I think that's a pretty good Rule 5 for us. We literally picked up, 9 players? A couple of defensive studs. I mean, defensively, we're going to be so much better this year with Pache and Siani in the outfield. Jeremiah Jackson sitting at second base. I think we're going to be much better defensively. We've improved our bullpen. DaCosta, Hamilton, Kelly, Robinson, who technically is listed as a starter. I mean, we could start him. Extreme ground ball. Pick up Desan Brown to be that 4th outfielder. And then Will Banfield to give us another catching option. He can't hit, but he's, he's hitting double-A. So I think that is a good pickup for us. And I need to now go here. Nope. I need to go here. Where? Oh, do I need to reinvite them? Really? Okay. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's down to I don't like that. 80 contact catcher, but he can't really hit. Garza has a changeup that'll never change. Barrios. And we might we'll go Roca. We will invite those 9 players, come here, run practice. Yeah, I mean, we're going to get into bidding wars with some of these players, but that's fine. That's why we want to to make sure we have enough money. So we'll get to international amateurs now. Who's on the DFA screen? Oh, these 3 guys, right? I'll just send them to Worcester. So, we're still going to be bad, but I think we have some additional talent this year that will help. I think an outfield of Duran, Pache, and Ciani is not terrible. I mean, it's bad offensively, but it's going to be really good defensively. Our infield defense is not going to be fantastic. Devers is below average at third. Cassius is below average at first. Jeremiah Jackson is above average at second. And then I think we move Rafaela to short and let him play shortstop. And that improves our infield defense at least a bit. So we get up to I will say, as much as I miss having all of the other leagues, like Honkball, for example, RIP Honkball, I do like the fact that the game sims much faster with just the partner leagues and Korea in there. Corey Seager, Yordan Alvarez, 55 home runs. All right, IAFA. I'm going to get here. And all right, so we have $4.75 million. We need to trade for more. So trade block, initiate trade, find a team that's in win now that's willing to give up $2 million. We do 2 for 20. Not quite. All right, that's fine. Padres, what about you? 2 for 20? You want Cutter Crawford? No, I can't. I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? Like, I mean, Crawford isn't. I mean, to be fair, he is my ace, but. Can we do 1 for 10? Okay, so they'll do 1 for 10, and I can. Looks like I can throw in just about anything. Who do I have here that I don't really care about? Framey DeLeon? Sure. Let's complete that. We get $1 million. Let's find a team that's willing to give us another $1 million. I'm not giving up any of those players. Atlanta. What about you? You look like you could use some money. You need money. You guys don't have any. Orioles are negative. I mean, they've got to want money, right? Good. So we can do this for Armando Sierra. You can have him. Cool. Can we get $1 more $1 million? Maybe. We get $1 million from somebody else, or are we capped out? Well, I think we're capped out at 850. Okay, that's fine. Capped out at 850. So if I gave you 8.5, Nachi, I mean, he's probably our backup middle infielder. So what if I gave you 9? That changes it a little bit. De La Rosa, 45. I mean, he's not really, I mean, sure. You can have De La Rosa. Fine. All right, so now we have, I think the max we can have, which is $7.6 million, should allow us to do a couple of things. Mendoza, we got Lucas, who's got that changeup, who's probably not going to develop. Same thing with Tovar. I kind of like Mendoza just because he's got other pitches. So let's go in here. Mendoza wants 1.2. Let's offer him 4.5. Right off the, that's 45 million. Right off the bat, sim ahead a couple of days and see if we can land him for that. And then that tells us exactly how much money we have left. Has he gotten back to us yet? Okay, so far so good. All right, so we got Jesus Mendoza, the 16-year-old, extreme ground ball pitcher, high work ethic, 80 potential. I mean, if he develops, he's going to be just nasty, nasty. All right, so we've got $3 million left. What can we do with that $3 million? Do we go pitcher? Try to bring in Rijo. I'm not super impressed by any of the bats. I mean, Ortega looks okay. I think we try to bring in Rijo. 3-1. See if that's going to be enough. Keep our fingers crossed that we don't get that. So far, Rio likes it. They want to trade us a couple of players. No, I'm good. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. All right, so back to international amateurs. Roca, he's terrible defensively. Like, terrible. Brito? OSA doesn't like him nearly as much as our scout does, but he's cheap. So let's offer him 1.5. See if that works. Raised our team budget. Cool, so we picked up another $10 million. Love it. Rio signed with Milwaukee. Player development. Okay, his numbers dropped. He was our international guy a year ago. So we signed Brito. A scouting report on him. See how close those numbers actually are, I guess. And then we should still have like a 1.6 or something. Yeah, 1.6. So Roca hasn't been given an offer from anybody. All right, let's give Roca an offer for 1.6. And see if that is enough. Cool. So we pick up 3 international amateurs this year. I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, so we have Karchi from last year. Whoa, what is going on here? His ratings plummeted. Hell. All right. So we get Roca. Ugh, God, I hope that changes. So Carchi last year, Mendoza, Roca, Brito this year. All right. Dugno's down to a 60, but we got new scout and everything, so I guess that's not a huge surprise, right? Yeah, we're gonna have to move some players around once we get to opening day, like Blyce. He'll be in probably high A ball this year, but that's for another time. Let's get to spring training. So we'll be better this year. I don't know, maybe 55 wins, somewhere in there, 55, 58. Our pitching is still rough. I think defensively we're going to be a whole lot better. And Bell out. Pitching ratings. We're going to go to a 6-man rotation. Perales isn't ready, but maybe he'll be ready if we stick him in the rotation now. Wilkeman Gonzalez, he was terrible in Portland. He's not going to be ready yet either, but right now those are the best pitching prospects we have. So we got to roll with what we have. Set up our bullpen. DaCosta it has listed as our closer. That's interesting. Hamilton, Zephyr John, Cameron Robinson. I kind of want to make Robinson he's only got 35 stamina. I'm not going to do it. Let's see what it does for a lineup perspective. So Duran and Wright, Lugo, Cassius, Devers, Rafaela, Paulino, Jackson, Ciani, Biffin. So it doesn't even want to start Pache. All right. And it wants to put Devers. No, absolutely not. So Rafi is our third baseman. Where is he? Right there. Ciani will go to right. Duran will go to left. Devers will play third. Duran in left. Really, Lugo as our DH. It's the best option we have. I find that hard to believe. We're going to go Cavadas. He's our third baseman. Paulino will come out. Ciani goes to right. And Pache in center. Well, Ciani maybe not in right field against. Yeah, we'll go Desan Brown in right field. What's his arm? His arm's a 55. And Duran is a 50. So we'll do this. Pache's got a 70 arm and right, so I think we do this instead, actually, against righties, or against lefties, rather. All right, next month. Personal message. Desan Brown gets a nice bump right off the bat. You like to see that. I'm going to play that next week. Now I should be able to go in here, pitching, and what are we doing? Paulino's out for 5 weeks. Okay. I need to get Crawford and Houck their games. Their first starts. And now we can go 60, 60, 60, 60, 60, 60. Play till next week. If we can stay healthy, I think we'll be, I think our outfield defense is going to do a really nice job for us this year. Our pitching staff is still abysmal. So we'll have to lean heavily on our bullpen, which isn't great, but it's probably the best part of our team with Hamilton, Robinson, Webb, Kelly, Song, DaCosta. Next month. Song is out for a week. Just going to simmer right on up to April 1st. Lugo is out for 4 days. Rafi having a good start to spring training. Noah Song is now he's back unclear, so we'll go ahead and push that off. Okay, fine. He's on the injured list. And this is much better than last year, right? We were what, 4-22 or something in spring training last season. So I'll take 8-11-2. Paulino suffers a setback. All right, well, his season is pretty much over, which is a shame. Yeah, we don't have the worst record in the American League East. Cassius out for a week. Antoine Kelly is out for 6 months. All right, well, spring training has been an absolute disaster. I was hoping Kelly would provide us some pop with that fastball, but he's out for the year. All right, development. Cam Robinson gets a little better. Stuff improves to 60. Paulino gets better, but he's out for the year. Marcelo Meyer getting better. That's good to see. Yeah, we're going to have to move some players around. Myers gets better. York, I mean, he's fine. I don't know. He is what he is. Rodriguez Cruz getting a little better. He's going to need to get called up. Mikey Romero getting better. Okay, not terrible. All right, so we have to send a bunch of people down. We have 17 pitchers, so we don't need to send a ton of pitchers down. We need to send 4 pitchers to the minors. So that'll be back. Van Bell, who's just abysmal. Walter, 45, 50, 60. Bayo has just fallen off. That's a damn shame. I think Bayo. No, I gotta leave. I don't have enough starters. Murphy and Shugart. And there's our 13. All right. No, I think Bayo is. Oh, I mean, do we really go with Perales here in the early going at 21? Sure. Let's see how he does. We'll see how he does. Bayo will go to the bullpen for now. No, I'm not going to do that. Perales is going to go to AAA. Gonzalez is going to go to AAA. Bayo is going to come back in the rotation. And Drohan, because it looks like his development has stalled, so he can be our 5th starter. That's fine. I don't really care. Again, we're not going to be good this year, so it's not going to matter. Matt is exhausted. Okay, so Bayo will be our opening day starter. Actually, Houck will be our opening day starter. DeCosta's in there as our closer. Zephyr John Hamilton. Okay, that's fine. No, I think I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to lean on Cam Robinson. I feel like he can do things. Our pitching staff's so bad. But I think he can do stuff for us. 32. So we got to send 6 batters down to the minor leagues. All right, so batting ratings. Scott is the best bat of the bunch. So Marrero will go to AAA. Miller will go to AAA. Madroth will go to AAA. McDonough will go to AAA. So I think we still have to send 2 more down. Yeah. We have too many outfielders. Sykes and Schlegel will both go down. All right. So that sets our big league roster. So let's clear the depth charts. Cassius is our number 3. I think I want to go. And see if I do that, I'm super left-handed heavy at the top of my lineup. Super left-handed heavy. I mean, I can't be, beggars can't be choosers, as they say here at this point. So I think what we do is this. Duran, Rafaela, Devers, Cassius, I guess. Jeremiah Jackson will bat 5th and play 2nd. Siani will bat 6th and play right. Cavadas will be our DH. Siani's in right. Then we go Pache and Banfield. And it's a terrible defensive offensive team. But defensively, it's not the worst. It's really not. Desan Brown needs to be the backup outfielder. He'll get every 5th game there. He'll get every 4th game here. And he'll get once every 10 days here. So let's copy this lineup. Brown will come in for Siani and right against lefties. What other options can I do? Dahlbeck in at DH. And I think we just leave the top of our lineup the way it is. Generate depth chart. Siani, sure. Okay, that'll work. All right, so there is our roster. We need to make some changes to where players are. We need to come in here and lock down some of these players. Ravello, yeah, he should be there, but it's fine. Let's do this. Let's go disable AI promotion. Ravello will go down. Meyer, Teal, both up. Jimenez will start there. Bonacci will start there. Roman Anthony start in AA. The hitting hasn't been there yet. Blaze Jordan, I won't call him up. I mean, he's not really ready, but Christian Campbell, good job in high A ball, so he can come up. Cutter Coffee was bad. He's got to stay where he is. We will enable AI promotion. Rodriguez Cruz, we'll leave him where he is for now. Blyce can come up. I don't know. This guy's not going to turn into anything, but we'll leave him where he is for now. Pino I think most of these guys need to stay. Coppola can come up. He was our 3rd round pick or 6th round pick last year. Okay, so he'll start in A-ball. Phoenix Call, good defense, but he's not ready yet. Blake Burke, call him up. Max Carlson, let's go ahead and do this. All right. I think that's all I need to do right now, right? Yeah, I've got my minor leaguers there. I've got everybody set. We've got Meyer and Teal both in AAA, which means they're probably headed for the big leagues next season. Hopefully we see some more development. I mean, I wouldn't mind a Meyer and Rafaela middle infield going forward, but we'll have to see how that goes. We need pitching. I mean, that's really what it boils down to. So we have to hope that some of these guys can develop, or in the draft. What do we have coming up in the draft? Oh, we dropped from 1 to 4. That's not good. It's not good at all. From a pitching perspective. Wow. Okay. I mean, Jack McKernan, if he's still there, would be a nice pick. Strickland looks all right. We may have to, I hate to reach given how bad we are, but it doesn't look like a great draft. I mean, we might see something different once we get closer and, players are a little bit better scouted, but yeah, we dropped from 1 to 4. That ain't good. The mock draft hasn't been posted yet. So, all right, well, let's get to opening day and see how the game thinks we will perform this season. Jarren Duran led the American League in home runs in the spring training. You like that? Season expectations. We have the number 3 prospect in the game in Jesus Mendoza. That's nice to see. Preseason prediction 74 and 88. Really? Okay. They think we're going to cut about 270 runs off of our runs against. Still going to be one of the worst in the American League, but we were up over 1,000 a year ago. I think we're going to hit 238 for the year. We have no pitchers listed. We have no hit. I mean, if we end up 74 and 88, I'll take it. But I am expecting us to be closer to 58 to 60, I'm going to say. So let's go ahead and delete all of these messages. And yeah, that's it for this segment. So I will be back at the draft. Hang tight. All right, we're back. It is draft time, and yeah, it's been a better season. 34 and 56, not great, but a better season. Revenue is up a ton. We got people coming out to the ballpark. We're in last place. Yeah, I mean, that's not a surprise. We're not very good. 16 games out of first place. We're 2-8 in our last 10, which means we were 32 and 48 at one point. So this has been a bad stretch for us for sure. Not the worst team in baseball. White Sox and Royals are both worse than us. The Rockies are the worst team in baseball right now. So yeah, hasn't been all that bad. Leaning on our pitching staff like I said we would, or at least on our bullpen like I said we would. 6th best ERA in the American League. It really is the highlight of our team. Cam Robinson has been okay. It looks like he may have been hit hard as of late. Yeah, he gave up 5 runs in 2/3 of an inning here, but otherwise he's been pretty good. BABIP's kind of high. He's on pace to pitch 118 innings. I'm fine with that. Ian Hamilton has been very good, a 160 ERA plus. So those have been our 2 big guys out of the bullpen. But you can see, I mean, good numbers from Fernandez, good numbers from Webb. DaCosta's been bad in the closer role. We should probably get him out of that. Let's put Webb in that closer role and see how he does there. Move DaCosta into a long relief role. Offensively, yeah, I mean, we're not a very good hitting team, but you'll see defensively we're quite good. Rafaela at 1.8 WAR. He's having a nice bounce back season from last season. 10 home runs, 10 stolen bases already. Slightly above average at shortstop. Michael Ciani has been our second best player. 90 OPS plus, but defensively, just electric in right field. Already 8.5 zone. I mean, yeah, he's going to win the Gold Glove out in right field for sure. Cassius was hitting a $190 at the end of April. He's picked it up as of late. That's been nice to see. Steven Scott doing a nice job kind of all over the diamond, I think, or is he just playing catcher? No, he's played first, catcher, left and right. He's our backup catcher. He's hitting the ball pretty well. Desan Brown has been forced into more of an active role because we lost Duran for a bit. But again, very good defensively in left, passable in center, not great in right, but so far so good. Banfield has been fine. Pache is doing exactly what Christian Pache does, putting up a 55 OPS plus, but has been probably the best center fielder in the game. Yeah, so I mean, we're not hitting the ball well. We're not pitching the ball particularly well, but we're fielding it okay. We are first in zone rating. We've only made 6 errors, so we're staying in these games via our defense. Jarren Duran has been really, really good this year as well. He's already given us 2 WAR, hitting over 300. He's just hurt right now. So from a prospect perspective, Marcelo Meyer continues to develop. He's having a nice season. He will be on the big team next season. Same thing with Kyle Teal. Probably our starting catcher next year. Wilkerman Gonzalez is developing. Can just let him grow. Him and Perales, both of those guys, we're gonna need them. They're probably in our rotation next season. But Blaze Jordan has been good, but I don't really have a spot for him. Is the problem? He is a right-handed hitting first baseman, so maybe we can start using him in a platoon type role. Not really sure. Double A. I called up Miguel Blyce because he was raking in single A, and he's doing even better in double A. I mean, he could be our long-term center field option with that power. So we'll keep our fingers crossed there. Rodriguez Cruz, 21-year-old in high A ball, doing pretty well. Just going to leave him there for now. Coppola, 6th-round pick a year ago. Not pitching well, but the ratings have increased. Our draft from last year is already starting to look pretty crummy. Pino's dropped from a 70 to a 50. He didn't hit last year. He's not hitting this year. Madugno has dropped from a 60 to a 50. He's at least providing a little bit of pop. Hopefully he can continue to grow. Champion, not pitching particularly well, not really hitting either. So our draft last year is not looking great. Internationally, we still have Mendoza, top 4 prospect now. His numbers haven't really changed. Carchi, yeah, I mean, that sucks. He was an 80, 80, 75. He's now 50, 45, 75. So that one stings. Roca, yeah, no real change there. And same thing with Brito, who was our other international guy this season. So our homegrown talent is making an impact for us, and then our Rule 5 guys, which is kind of how things roll. But I think our Rule 5 guys, especially with Brown and Ciani, like those are guys that we can grow around. So Pache is more of a stopgap. I would rather have him as our 4th outfielder and have Blyce as our starting center fielder with those ratings. But we're not quite there yet. We are, however, at the draft. So we are picking 4th. So let's see how this goes. Kansas City takes Estevan Moreno. All right. The Cubs take Ethan Holiday. Pretty good player there. St. Louis takes Carson Yates. All right. So we do have our choice of a couple of players. Brady Ebel looks okay. Gavin Guidry, meh. Austin Killingsworth, meh. I think it's going to be one of those pitchers, because that's not a great. I think do we just go Jack McKernan and call it a day? I mean, I think we do, right? An 18-year-old, high work ethic, high intelligence, 6'1", 180 pounds. I mean, who knows what he'll turn into as an 18-year-old? We could go Andrew Healy, just more of a lower ceiling, high floor kind of guy. That might be the way to go. He's already 40, 50, 60 fastball, potential 80 changeup. I think we're going to do that. Who do they think we should take? They think we should take Ebel. I'm actually going to take the 21-year-old Andrew Healy and hope that McKernan somehow falls to me in the next round. If not, we can go Hernandez, come back with another 18-year-old. Let me know what you would have done. Would you have gone with the 18-year-old with the higher upside? And guys, I got to pause. Sorry. All right. So low work ethic on Healy. Doesn't have the drive to make the most out of his tools. Do we just go with the 18-year-old? High work ethic, high adaptability, high intelligence. Solid rotation starter with 3 pitches. Middle of the rotation. I think there are a lot of 18-year-olds in here that we can take a shot at with our next pick. I think I'm going to go with my gut. Even though he's got the low work ethic, I mean, he's only a 25 overall, but those are good ratings out of the chute. And I always struggle taking the 18-year-olds, so we're going to take Healy. Let me know what you would have done. Well, McKernan's there with our next pick, so we're going to take him. It doesn't matter. We get them both. I think we're going to go Von Necker here. No, he's impossible, so he'll be there in a couple of rounds. And I like Necker because he's got the defensive or the offensive ratings as well. Let's look at batters, see what we see. Noah Franco, Luke Hansen. Not bad. Pretty well developed. OSA likes him a lot more. I think Luke Hansen, he's not a shortstop. I mean, he's a second baseman, but those aren't bad ratings. Yeah, let's take Luke Hansen. I want to go back to pitchers. There were just a lot of decent pitchers in this draft. Not great, but decent. Zach Strickland, I like him, 19 years old. We'll take Necker with this pick. We got the money. Why not? All right, now let's start looking at batters again. Let's go to fielding ratings. What do we got here? Jordan Taylor. I feel like we have a decent number of high range outfielders already. There's not much here for shortstops though. Like catcher ability. Yeah, Jade Melendez. He's always a solid pick. Gives you at least a guaranteed backup catcher, right? Same thing with Lastris. Can never have too many catchers, so we'll take back-to-back catchers here. Let's look at individual pitch potential. Xavier, oh god, we're getting some of the names that I love. We're going to take both Cardenas and Cooper Dawson if he's there with our next pick. He is. I love taking these guys. Shane Connell, high work ethic. I mean, really, really low ceiling, high floor kind of guy, but you need those. You need that depth, right? We need that depth in our system. The high work ethic, though, you never know what you're going to get out of that. No. Are we running low on talent? Let's look at no knuckleballers. We got a knuckle curve. Nobody with a screwball. Nobody with a circle change. One forkball, Cameron Odom. Yeah, sure. Looks all right. Like the 70 curveball potential. Cutter. Splitter, slider. Brower, Britton, if he's still there, we'll take him. A lot of pitchers in this draft. Ackerman's 22. If he was 18 with the high work ethic, I would have taken him. Fielding ratings. We'll go back here and see what's left. Elgin Bennett looks all right. He's 21, but I mean, the ratings are there if he can develop. Tanner Holland can't hit. He can't hit. Ray Bermudez looks all right. The actual third baseman here. Jordan Lewis, sure. The low work ethic doesn't do it for me, but meh. It's just not much. Just not much. Now let's go back to batting potential. I mean, we're almost done. We're in, the 16th round? High work ethic guys that have any sort of skill set that maybe are a little younger. Why are there no 18-year-olds with a high work ethic? Stupid kids. We're 100 players into this. There's not a single 20 or 20 player under the age of 20 who has a high work ethic. That's a little disappointing. Reese Robinette looks okay. I'll take him. Jack Lausch, we'll take him. Giovanni Colasante, sure. Again, that's just filler, but depth is never a terrible thing, I guess. And we'll go back to individual pitch potential once more. Jackson Lynn, I mean, he's not a pitcher, but bad here at the end. We'll take Ryan Fry. Sure. Well, it's not our pick. If he's still there, we'll take him. Yep, we will take him. All right, and that should be the end of the draft. It is. Okay. So let me know what you would have done with that draft pick. I liked the idea of going Heaney, or Healy rather, just a bit better, not better, but that again, that higher floor I think is important in this type of playthrough. And how much does Necker want? Oh, only 4.4, so we should be able to give him 6. 6 million? No, that's 6 million. All right. Yeah, so Healy, I we'll see. We'll see. I'm not crazy about the low work ethic, but if he develops to this with an 80 changeup, that's a really good starter. And then we get McNernan, so we do get both players there, so hopefully they develop. So that is the draft. And now it's sim to the end of the regular season. So I'll do that, and we'll be back when the year's over, and we'll see where we stand. I'll be right back. All right, season 2 has come to an end, and it was a 20-game improvement for the Red Sox. 21 games, actually. 65-97. Still finished in last place, but definitely had some growth. And we had our first TCR bumps, which were really nice. We'll take a look at those after we look at stats. But from an offensive perspective, Rafael Devers finished with 30 home runs. He had a really nice bounce-back season. He was one of those TCR guys. His ratings have spiked. He's now a 70 contact, 70 potential home run power. You look at his scouting, and you can see there's that spike right there in overall and potential. That's awesome. Jarren Duran was hurt on and off throughout the year, but put up an 809 OPS, 29 doubles, 22 stolen bases, hit over 300. Tristan Cassius played all 162 games. He broke 30 home runs for a second consecutive season. Gave us almost 3.5 WAR. Michael Ciani, one of our Rule 5 guys, was fantastic. Gave us about a 700 OPS, so a little bit below average offensively, but stole 28 bases and was dynamic in the outfield. Look at those defensive ratings in right field for Ciani. Rafaela, meh. I don't know what we're going to do with him. I think he loses he's probably getting next year. He's probably our backup infielder. Probably loses the shortstop job to Marcelo Meyer. He did lead the American League in doubles and at bats, but a 642 OPS. He wasn't particularly good. Deshaun Brown was really good. Again, 17 stolen bases. Very similar to Ciani. Just gave us some very good defense, especially in left field. Stole some bases for us. I'll take it. Bobby Dahlbeck, not a bad power bat off the bench. 9 home runs. Steven Scott did an okay job as our backup catcher. And then you get kind of the offensive dregs. Cavadas, 16 home runs. We'll be looking to replace him at some point. Same with Jackson. Maybe we move Rafaela to second next year with those ratings. And Jackson, I'm not sure because he didn't really hit. 209. Pache gave us Christian Pache numbers. 203, 263, 306, a 54 OPS plus, but was probably the best defensive center fielder in the game. And then Banfield is likely to be replaced by Teal, probably be our backup. Those are not bad defensive ratings for a backup. Pitching-wise, and this is where I'm really excited, we had our first true TCR bump. And Devers was a great player, so that bump, while good, isn't as good as this. Jorge Rodriguez. Only a 50 potential overall, but these ratings have spiked for Jorge. You can see just constant growth, and he has gotten better and better and better. He made 6 starts in the majors, 3-1 with a 2.17, a 196 ERA plus, 3+ pitches, a sinker that's above average as well. I'm excited about Rodriguez next year. That's really about it. The rest of our rotation. Well, Drohan wasn't bad. Really? He wasn't terrible considering, his numbers in AAA last year. Mata was bad. Houck was bad. Crawford was bad. Our bullpen, not terrible. Robinson had a nice season as our stopper. Gave us 2 WAR, 120 ERA plus. Ian Hamilton, 125 ERA plus. Gave us 114 innings. So those two guys were the linchpins. Noah Song came up at the end of the year and did a nice job. So we've got some pieces in the bullpen that we can work around. We got Rodriguez starting things out in the majors. AAA, Marcelo Meyer is likely our starting shortstop next season. Put up almost 6 WAR as a shortstop in AAA. Edison Paulino came back after injury and hit the ball pretty well. If that contact and avoid K continues, he may be our starting second baseman next season as well. I mean, 65 contact, 60. I mean, this is kind of a prototypical number 2 hitter. So looking forward to that. Kyle Teal, good season in AAA, likely our starting catcher next year, hoping that I does end up at a 55. Again, not a bad number 2 bat. But excited to have a catcher that can both hit and catch. Wilkerman Gonzalez continues to grow, 23 years old. Numbers weren't particularly great, but those aren't bad ratings. Got a good fastball. Fly ball pitcher with our outfield defense, that shouldn't be an issue. Blaze Jordan will probably be up just because, I mean, another year in AAA is not going to do anything for him. He hit 32 home runs, hit 300, probably be a platoon first baseman / DH. Luis Perales continues to get better. Again, fly ball pitcher, but 70 fastball, 70 slider. He'll be up in the rotation next season as well. Bonacci, maybe a backup infielder, don't really know. I'll go down to AA, Miguel Bleis. 299, 404, 557. He probably starts next season in AA, finishes next season in AAA, and he's with us in 2026, I guess. Probably. Noah Dean was another TCR bump. You can see right there in June, those numbers spiked. But 75 stuff, 60 movement. He'll probably is with the team next season. He's in AA right now, but he probably will end up in Boston next year. Nick York has to go on the 40-man. I don't really know what we're going to do with Nick York. Again, he's a righty bat, which we don't have a lot of, so maybe he finds a home in Boston next year. I don't know. Anthony stagnated a little bit, but he probably gets to call up to AAA just to see if there's anything there. Christian Campbell, same deal. I mean, he was fine in AA. Probably gets another start there. Andrew Healy was our top pick this year. 9 starts, 3-2 with a 2.59. He was really good. Again, probably starts in AA next season. Yeah, so both OSA and us have the exact same ratings for him, so that is good to see. Rodriguez Cruz, just 22, but not terrible. I mean, those aren't bad. I mean, if you can add a little bit to either the movement or the control, and he can be like 55, 50, 45. I mean, that's a back of the rotation guy with 4+ pitches. Mikey Romero looks like he stagnated maybe a bit. He'll get the call up to AA next year, see if there's something there. High A ball Luke Hansen was our 3rd round pick, moved him to 2nd, and he was okay, 103 OPS plus. But I mean, if he ends up 60, 60, 55 as a second baseman, I'll take it, right? I mean, those are good offensive numbers for a second baseman. Rookie ball Jack McKernan, 1-1, made 4 starts, whatever. Matthew Champion was really bad both offensively and on the mound, so I don't know what we're going to see there. Dugno gives a little bit of pop, 7 home runs in 45 games. May have to call him up next season. Just, I mean, he's 20 already, so he may need to be in A ball just to see what's there. Von Necker was fine. 4 starts, struck out 33. Has some good defense, has some really good offensive ratings. I mean, 65 power, 55 contact and gap. He could be a pretty decent 2-way player. Pino continues to just lag behind. Zach Strickland was our 4th round pick. He wasn't good, but again, just 19 years old. Aaron Bede was our 3rd round pick in our first season. Yeah, I mean, he looks okay. Probably call him up next year as well. And then our international guys, Karchi is what he is at this point. Mendoza, those ratings are hanging on. I mean, he's 17, got a couple of years before we need to make any decisions on him, but I'm hopeful. Roca's numbers haven't dropped either, which is nice. So I'm hoping that the ratings are at least this. I would almost prefer this if it's a 50 contact with 70 home run power versus 55, 65, but we'll see. Bona Audi was our international guy last year. Doesn't look like he's going to make it. Brito was our other international guy this year. And I mean, 65, 50, 50, if he ends up there is fine. So that's kind of where we are. I forgot to sim until the playoffs end. So let's get to the international showcase and we'll set that up and then we'll get to the season end and then we'll call it. Rangers, Twins, Rays, Orioles, Mariners, Guardians, the American League, Padres, Braves, Reds, Cardinals, Mets, and Dodgers in the NL. We can be a little more selective this season in the Rule 5. So Yoenis Cespedes is supposed to be a pretty good player in real life, but not so much here. All right, international free agents. What do we got? All right, so we got Juan Castillo. Yeah, 100%. We'll take a look at him. Jesus Ramos for sure as well. Nelson Molina, sure, he's only 15, but, whatever. Maldonado, sure as well. Invite those guys to training. Did it invite all of them? What do you mean my training list is full? What are we talking about here? What is going on? Do I have to do it one at a time? Really? You're going to make me do it one at a time? Okay. Fine. Do it one at a time. And then batters. I don't know that he's going to be that good, but, take a look. A catcher with 80. Defensively, he's terrible, but a catcher with 80 contact potential. I don't know. I'm not crazy about picking up first baseman in international amateurs. Maybe we just go heavy into. Cifuentes looks all right. I think we might go heavy into pitching again. Escutia obviously would be a solid. Would be kind of that main target, but I think Castillo is the one I go after first. Castillo, maybe make a run at. Ramos has 3 pitches that have already developed. Molina, maybe not quite as changeup probably doesn't develop. Yeah, I think Castillo and Escutia, if we can get ourselves up to that, $7 million mark again. We have 5.2 right now. So if we can get ourselves up to 6.8, maybe we throw, 4 at Castillo and then whatever's left at the batter. I don't know. We got to get to the end of the regular season. Twins and Guardians, Dodgers and Mets. Twins with a 1-0 lead, 2-0 lead, Mets up 3-0. So Twins and Mets. Yeah, Twins and Mets in the World Series. Interesting. I think we're going to have a little bit to do in terms of coaches. I think we have some managers whose contract expires. So the Mets win the 2025 World Series. So we're 2 seasons in, and we had a 22-game improvement from one year to the next. I will take that. It's a terrible score, but that is fine. Yeah, we got some some coaches who are leaving. Financially, we're still fine. We can probably bump ticket prices as well if we just bump them to 48, make some more money. Because we do have some players that are eligible for arbitration that are popular, that should give us fan interest bumps. Whoa, Cash just wants a lot of money, but we can talk about that because we've got it. So we've got some players who are eligible for arbitration that we will be able to hopefully get some fan interest bumps from. I think, we have to do a little bit with coaching. Yeah, we need a hitting coach at AAA. I think we just make Bonilla that guy, point as hitting coach in AAA. We need some new managers. We can probably just promote some people. We need a hitting coach now in AA. We can make that. We'll leave it. We can just bump everybody up and then. Oops. Richardson. Can I not do that? Is that considered a lateral move? Yeah, it's a lateral move, so I can't do that. All right, so we're going to need a manager, a manager, a manager, and a hitting coach and a manager. So 4 managers and a hitting coach, but that is fine. So that's it. We are 21 games better than we were in year 1. We finally have some pieces that look like they're going to be able to help us. We've got Marcelo Meyer coming up next season, Kyle Teal coming up next season to add into our bullpen. I think they're both lefties, right? Is Teal a lefty? Yeah, so more lefties in our lineup than we know what to do with. So it might be a good idea, to move on from, someone like Cavadas and, go to someone like Blaze Jordan or Nick York or something like that. But that'll be for next episode. So, guys, that's going to do it. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, thank you for the support. Drop the video a like, subscribe, leave a comment, blah, blah, blah. Talk to you soon. Bye.